Beautiful souls, I want to talk about something tonight that I've been thinking about for a while, especially the last 4 days. I think sometimes we need to be a little fucking delusional about our lives. And I mean that in the best possible way. I want you to be delusionally optimistic about where your life is going. I want you to believe that your marriage can get better, that your business can grow, that you can make more money, that you can feel better in your body, that you can have incredible friendships, and that opportunities can come out of nowhere. Friend, I want you to tap into the fact that you can travel, that you can experience abundance, and that you can wake up one day and realize you're living pieces of the life instead of the full picture. You get to stop dreaming about it and start bringing that into your reality. Even when you don't have all of the evidence yet, my friend, it is there for the taking. Hey there, beautiful souls. Welcome to Unblock Your Blessings. I'm Vicki Labrilia, your travel-size emotions coach, helping you navigate the roller coaster ride of emotions, revelations, and all that comes with adulting. So get comfy because we're about to dive into the nitty-gritty of unblocking all that emotional weight and letting the sun shine right back into your life. Don't forget to like, share, follow, and subscribe, and of course, leave an honest review at the end of this episode. It's free, it means the world to me, and it helps this podcast reach more ears. Now, beautiful soul, it's time to unblock your blessings. Friend, here's what you get to realize, and here's what I've realized. We are really fucking good at being delusional in the opposite direction. We all have one bad day and suddenly decide everything is falling apart. Yeah, who's with me? Who's been there? I was there for a little bit this weekend. One client says no, right? Someone says no, thank you, and we've convinced ourselves that nobody wants what we're selling, what we're offering. Something unexpected happens financially, and then suddenly you're convinced that you're never going to get ahead, that you're just stuck. No, Or someone doesn't text you back, and our brain writes an entire Netflix series about why they must not have wanted to text you back and what they're thinking about. Friends, we create stories all day long. So, if my brain is going to create stories about a future that hasn't happened yet, then why the hell wouldn't I choose a good story? I want you to hear me loud and clear. Hold space for something bigger. There's a difference between optimism and ignoring reality. It's not telling you to pretend that bills aren't there, because they are. Let's be real, right? I'm not telling you that you get to pretend something doesn't hurt. And I'm not telling you to ignore the problems that need your attention. What I'm saying is this, that you get to deal with what's real without allowing what's real today to determine what's possible tomorrow. That's different. So maybe your bank account doesn't look the way you want it to look today. Okay. What are you going to do about it? Then you can simultaneously hold space for the possibility that your financial life could look radically different in a year from now. Or maybe your business isn't where you thought it would be yet. Okay. What can we learn? What can we change? And what can we try? And can you still believe that something you're building right now could become bigger than your current understanding of it? I hope it's yes. I hope it's yes. And that's the kind of delusion, that's the kind of delusional optimism I'm talking about. So, what if it works? We spend so much time asking ourselves, what if I fail? What if they say no? What if nobody listens? What if it's a waste of my money? What if I embarrass myself? That's a big one, right? What if it doesn't work? Beautiful soul, stop. What if it fucking works? Seriously, sit with that for a minute. What if the thing you're scared to change or scared to try changes your life? What if somebody says yes? What if the opportunity comes? What if the relationship heals? What if you figure out the money? What if the business grows? What if you're sitting here a year from now thinking, holy shit, I'm so glad I didn't give up? Why didn't you give yourself that possibility in the first place? The abundance that is yours is bigger than the money. And when I talk about abundance, I'm not only talking about having a shitload of money. No. That's a plus, that's a bonus. Would you like financial abundance? If your answer is hell yes, it also gets to mean I want full abundance everywhere. I want abundant love, abundant laughter, abundant health, abundant friendships, abundant opportunities, abundant experiences, abundant peace, abundant time, abundant generosity. And I want a life where I look around and think, holy shit, I get to live this. Pinch me, it's a dream. And I don't think there's anything wrong with wanting that. You still have to move. So here's the other part. You can't sit on your couch saying everything is going to work out while refusing to participate in your own life. Optimism doesn't replace action. For the people in the back, I'm going to repeat what I just said. Optimism doesn't replace action. It changes the energy you bring into that action. Send that email, make that phone call, apply for that opportunity, post the damn video, start your business, have the conversations, ask for help, save the money, try again, take the next tiny step. You don't have to know how the entire story unfolds. You just have to be willing to participate in it. Maybe, just maybe, this is the part of unblocking your blessings that you're stuck in. And this brings me back to what we talked about here all the time. What if some of your blessings aren't missing? What if we're convinced something won't work, that we've stopped making room for the possibility that it could? Shit, maybe it's pessimism. Maybe pessimism has been protecting you from disappointment. Maybe expecting the worst feels safer. Because if you don't get your hopes up, you can't get hurt. Beautiful soul, I've been there. 1000% have been there. I understand it. I understand it to my core. But there's a cost to living that way. Sometimes protecting yourself from disappointment also protects yourself from possibility. And I don't want that for you. I want you to dream ridiculous dreams. I want us to pray for bigger prayers. I want you to take chances. I want us to believe that our lives can continue getting better. And when something doesn't work, girl, we adjust. We learn, we grieve if we need to, and then we get our ass up and keep fucking going. So I challenge you today to sit with this. I want you to think about this week. Where in your life have you stopped allowing yourself to believe something incredibly awesome could happen? In your marriage, your health, your finances, your business, your friendships, your purpose, your relationship with yourself. And then ask yourself this. If I were delusionally optimistic about this area of my life, what would I believe was possible? Write it down. Be in your committee session with God. Say it out loud. Pray about it. And then you can ask, what would that version of me who actually believes this take action on today? You get to do that. Beautiful soul, your current circumstances are information. This is data. And what do we get to do with data? We get to change it. Where you are today is not necessarily the destination. You don't know what conversations, decisions, connections, opportunities, prayers, ideas, or tiny actions could completely change the direction of life. So yes, be realistic enough to deal with what's in front of you. But be delusional enough to believe that what's ahead of you could be fucking incredible. Beautiful souls, I love you so damn much. And I'll see you in the next one. Thank you for tuning in to this episode of Unblock Your Blessings. If you found this episode helpful, enjoyable, or just freaking awesome, please make sure to subscribe, and leave an honest review at the end of this episode.